Good morning, all. Welcome, all, to your environment subject. I know the climate is not so good. We all are getting bored. Yes? And today we are having Visarjan Utsav. So, all might be busy with it, but still, we have to conduct our lecture. So, we are in lesson number 4, environmental pollution, and part 3. Last time, in last two videos, we learned about what is pollution, pollutants, types of pollution, and then we have started with first type, that is soil and land pollution. Now today we will see second type of pollution, that is water pollution. So, water pollution. Everyone knows that how much water is important for us. Water is only life, right? We can survive without food. We can survive without food at least for 1 month, but we can't survive without water 1 day. Yes, so water is life, and water is most important part. And what if the water only gets polluted and we don't have pure and fresh water to drink? Can we imagine our life without water? Not, of course. So, which water is important for drinking? The water we drink must be odorless, free from any pathogenic organisms. The dissolved inorganic material must be within the given norms, should be free from the suspended solids, and turbidity should be moderately soft. That is, the dissolved material must not be more than 150 ppm. And of course, it must be free from any toxic matter, and the pH value of drinking water should be between 7 and 8.5. So remember, the pH value of drinking water should be between 7 and 8.5. This will be asked for MCQs. When the water we consume crosses the above limits, it is called as polluted water. And of course, this is not good to drink. See, when we get tap water, sometimes smell comes, odor comes. I don't like to drink that water. Even the color of water looks, even I see there is a color to water, I never drink such water. So, what is the basic definition of water pollution? It can be defined as the presence of impurities and foreign substances in water in such a quantity that lowers its quality and makes it unfit for consumption and causes health hazard. Or any physical, biological, or chemical change in water quality that adversely affects living organisms can be considered polluted. Or here in slide 2 more definitions is given. Water pollution can be defined as the contamination of water bodies. Then water pollution is caused when water bodies such as river, lakes, oceans, groundwater and aquifers get contaminated with industrial and agriculture effluents. So when the water have other physical, biological and chemical changes, then it is called as polluted. And this polluted water is not good for drinking. Now let's see what are the causes and sources of water pollution. We know the basic reasons and sources of water pollution. It's the disposal of sewage and sludge into water bodies such as rivers, streams and lakes. From where we send this disposal? Of course, from industries and agriculture. Inorganic compounds and minerals by mining and industrial activities. Use of chemical fertilizers for agriculture purposes. Synthetic organic compounds from industrial, agricultural and domestic garbage. Oil and petroleum from tankers, accident, offshore drilling, combustion engine, etc. radioactive waste. So these are the basic and well-known causes of water pollution. But in your textbook, they have mentioned 2 points of sources of water pollution. The first source is point source and the second one is non-point source. Point source means it's a source which is identifiable, and the non-point source means the source which is not identifiable. Now let's see one by one. So the first is, as I said, water pollution due to industrial discharge, which is a point source cause. Now, industrial waste is defined as waste generated by manufacturing or industrial processes. The industrial effluents have a wide variety of organic and also the inorganic pollutants. Example, the breweries, tanneries, paper and pulp mills, dyeing textile industries are the main sources of industrial water pollution. This will ask you for MCQ. Dash are the main sources of industrial water pollution. So your answer should be dyeing textile industries. Then the fertilizers and chemical industries have also made the problem of water pollution a serious environmental issue. See, apart from dyeing textile industries, there are the fertilizers and chemical industries. They have also created water pollution. The heavy metal discharge from the industrials such as sodium, lead, etc. have a serious effects on the living organisms. These metals bioaccumulate in food chain. Their main source is incinerators, coal burning power plants, etc. Also mine drainage and leaching. So the main reason is industrial discharge. Second is water pollution through agriculture discharge. How agriculture? And it is a cause from non-point source. The modern agriculture is supported by the chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides, herbicides and weedicides. The extra dose of these chemical pest materials gets dissolved in the irrigated water. Of course, see, farmers don't spray this fertilizers how much the plant needs. They spray simply. They're simply going on spraying. So the extra pesticides and fertilizer get dissolved in that irrigated water. Now, this liquid waste reaches the river through small streams and settles in the water to make it chemically polluted. It also alters pH value of water, which is in turn affects aquatic animals as they are highly sensitive to pH value of water. These chemical substances are consumed by the aqua life and the aqua ecosystem is put in danger. Now, listen this carefully. The phosphates and nitrates in the fertilizers. The phosphates and nitrates in the fertilizers make the water rich with nutrients and it becomes more producing. Of course, why we use fertilizers? For more production, and fertilizer contains phosphate and nitrates. Because of that, the water enriched with nutrients and it gives more production. This entire process is called as eutrophication. Eutrophication. But see, in one side it gives huge production of grains, right? But this reduces the oxygen level in the water and at the same time the carbon dioxide level goes up. This change kills the aqua life and further makes the water more polluted. So a coin has two sides, right? The use of fertilizer gives you more production as well as it pollutes the water if the dose is more. The overuse of pesticides also makes the water polluted by killing the fish and other life in the water and also by killing the aqua plants. These aqua plants are natural purifiers of water. When they get killed, the water quality goes on reducing. So like this, agriculture also is a main cause of water pollution. Then the next point is Water pollution through the solid waste of the industries. Lead and mercury are the main toxic solid substances which come out of the industrial waste and get mixed with the nearby water pool. See, this will also ask for MCQ. Dash and dash are the main toxic solid substances from industrial waste. So your answer should be lead and mercury. The consumption of this polluted water makes a direct impact on the human's health. Example, the lead pollution damages the liver and kidney. It also reduces the hemoglobin formation. Lead may affect the central nervous system, which leads to coma or to death. Then, the main sources of lead to water is the effluents of the lead processing industrial plants, from the paper and pulp industries effluents, and also from the fluorescent light tubes, high intensity street lamps, batteries, thermometers. See, all they need mercury, right? So these industries are responsible for water pollution. The mercury compounds enter in water body, get converted into methyl mercury compounds due to anaerobic microbes. Finally, it enters in the aqua food chain and disturbs the entire aqua ecosystem of the pond or the lake. So, lead and mercury are the main toxic solid substances from industry waste, and they lead to serious hazards to human or aquatic animals like liver and kidney damage, reducing hemoglobin level, and it directly affects on central nervous system, leading to coma or death. So these are the serious problem if our water get polluted. Now let's see the effects of water pollution. Everyone knows the effects of water pollution. See, if they drink a water which is polluted, of course then we will get infectious diseases like cholera and all, and they will affect on our different organs like liver, kidney, just now I said. So water pollution directly affects aquatic life and as well as human life. It affects their metabolism, behavior, causes illness and eventual death. The effect of water pollution can have a huge impact on the food chain. It disrupts the food chain. Cadmium and lead are some toxic substances. These pollutants, upon entering the food chain through animals, can continue to disrupt at higher levels. Poor drinking water treatment and unfit water can always cause an outbreak of infectious diseases such as cholera, etc. The ecosystem can be critically affected, modified, and destructed because of water pollution. Now, we know what are the effects, and even we also know that preventive measures to control water pollution. The first one is environmental education. So everyone should know the importance of environment, how to protect our environment. See, directly and indirectly we are dependent on environment only. Environment only protect us. So it's our moral duty to protect our environment. Then sewage treatment. The household water should be treated properly to make it environmentally safe. Necessary steps should be taken to ensure that effective sewage treatment process is put in place and contaminated water doesn't get mixed with the fresh water bodies. I think you know this. The drainage we are having in cities. Okay, so this drainage water, where it goes, do you know? The drainage water straight away goes in river and river to ocean. Accountability of industrial unit. The industrial setups should make provisions for treatment of waste materials and water and for its safe drainage. Afforestation. Planting trees can reduce the water pollution to a large extent as they check surface soil runoff by running water. Then, soil conservation. Soil conservation adds many inorganic substances in the surface and underground water. Soil conservation is therefore a useful technique to reduce water pollution. Then, of course, the less use of chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers and nitrates in water bodies. Use of compost manures can help reduce the problem of eutrophication in the water bodies. Financial support. Government should make provisions for adequate funds to the civic bodies for water pollution control. And of course, laws to prevent water pollution. These are the preventing control measures. Now, the most important point is BIS water quality standards. The municipal supply of water should have following characteristics or specific standards. It should be colorless and odorless. Of course, everyone should get water that is colorless and odorless. It should be good in taste. It should not be hot. Its turbidity should be less than 10 ppm. It should be free from objectionable dissolved gases like H2S. It should be free from objectionable minerals such as lead, chromium, and manganese salts. Its alkalinity should be high. pH should be in the range of 7 to 8.5. It should be reasonably soft. Total hardness should be less than 500 ppm. It should be free from disease-producing microorganisms. Chloride, fluoride, and sulfate content should be less than 250 ppm, 1.5 ppm, and 250 ppm respectively. So these are the standards set by BIS. So what is BIS? You can Google for it. Okay. So this is all about water pollution. What are its sources, causes, what are its effects, and its preventive measures. In next video, we will learn about treatment of water. We know that the fresh water we are having is very less. And nowadays, because of our deed only, we are getting less rainfall. Less rainfall means less water to drink. So, whatever water we are having, nowadays we have to reuse it. I can't imagine water reuse. Yuck. But it's a need. Today's need. Treatment of water. So that we will see in next video. So guys, tata, bye bye, take care. Nowadays, fever and cold is viral. Okay, so take care. Tata, bye bye guys.